Hey Bayek, it's me Ian, and in today's video, well, I'm continuing my look at the X-Files, the third season, and this is Apocrypha from 1996. Now previously we'd had Piper Maru, and after this we've got Pusher. Now, as I say, this is a season 3 story. It's episode 16, and it is effectively part 2. So it's following on from the events of Piper Maru. Now, on the 16th of February 1996, this was transmitted on Fox, and on the 18th of June 1996, it was on Sky, and then on the 4th of December 1996 on BBC One, and it was shown straight after part 1, so that it was like a double bill that they showed this. Now this is, of course, continuing the mythology of the X-Files, so it's a mythology story. It's written by Frank Spotsnitz and Chris Carter, and it's directed by Kim Manners, who between 1995 to 2002 directed 52 episodes. Amazing amount there. Fantastic contributor. And of course, the producer and showrunner is Chris Carter. Now, we've got some interesting locations. We've got Robson Square Ice Rink, which we see quite a bit, which is in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. And then we have got Boundary Bay, as we always tend to get, British Columbia, and also Delta, which again is British Columbia on Canada. So those are the wonderful locations we get. The ice rink is a nice bonus, isn't it? Yes. Let's go through the cast. We have got David Duchovny, who plays Fox Mulder, Gillian Anderson, who plays Dana Scully. We've got Mitch Pileggi, who plays Skinner, and we've got Nicholas Lee, Alex Krycek, yeah, the baddie, boo! And then we've got William B. Davis as Smoking Man. He's a baddie, but he's in a league of his own, isn't he? And he's not the top notch. He's working for the syndicate. And we have got John Neville, one of those syndicate members, as the well-manicured man, and also Don S. Williams, who plays the first elder, another member of the syndicate. We've seen these people. They're now increasingly, we see these shady characters. And then, of course, we've got Tom Braidwood, who plays Frohike. We've got Dean Hayland, who plays Langley. And then we've got Bruce Harwood, who plays Byers. Then we've got Leno Brittis, who plays Lewis Carnival, who is, in fact, the killer of Scully's sister, Melissa. And then we've got Brendan Beiser, who plays Pendrell. He's really a comic actor, does TV work, comedy sketches, also some straight acting. And it's, as I say, TV series and TV films. So that is the cast. Now, this is an interesting part too, because there's a lot of interesting sort of progress, I think, as we see further. We get a flashback, yes, connected with the submarine, and in that we see a young Bill Mulder, there it is, and a young Smoking Man. You know straight away it's the Smoking Man. Fantastic. I love the way we get this flashback. You know straight away it's him. It can't be anybody else. Now, it's interesting. The submarine interior is absolutely fantastic. You would think it was a real submarine, but that was actually built on the soundstage. Fantastic. What is happening now is that Mulder is returning from Hong Kong. Remember, he gone to Hong Kong, and he's found Krychek, bringing him back, and of course he's been there investigating this, well, mind-altering black oil, but it's much more than that, as we learn. It's important to this alien plot, very much so. Scully is pursuing the man who she believes killed her sister, and she discovers who shot Skinner, because Skinner was shot, if you remember, and it is the same person who killed her sister. So wow, that is a major revelation. Skinner, of course, we're seeing he got shot, he's recovering in hospital, and he's been transferred to another hospital, and Scully is with him because she suspects something else is going on, and it proves that is happening, that there's an attempt to finish the job off by this assassin, the assassin that we have seen, this Louis Cardinal character. She's there to really protect Skinner, which she does, because an attempt is made. The story is moving on at a great rate now, I think, as we get more and more into what is actually happened and what is going on. And it's, again, another really good episode. This has got class written all over it. The effects, the black oil is brilliant because it's so sinister. So they do a brilliant special effects on that. The acting, as always, is great. And when they're in peril, it's quite tense. And, of course, I love seeing the lone gunmen. And they're here again. You've got to love the lone gunmen. When they appear, they're not in it that much, really, on screen time. But when they're there, you just love them. They're a great lot of characters. The three of them they're so different in many ways, and that's what makes them even more interesting when they come together with this cause and that they're friends with Mulder. Love it, absolutely loved it, and I think that a lot of fans of the series loved it, and of course they did get their own spin-off series, and I think we should be glad we got a spin-off series, even though it did get cancelled, though I think they did reach a conclusion in the last episode, which I don't think was very satisfactory. But anyhow, I've gone off. I've wandered off with the Lone Gunmen, but it's always good to see the Lone Gunmen. And as I say, it's a good, very good, top-notch X-Files episode. A lot of people rate this as an A plus, even. It's up there certainly as an A, and is well thought of. The critics and the fans are one on this. So the critics even appreciated how good it was, and they loved all the I think interaction between all the actors and how good the script was. As usual, you can't fault it. I know every week I mention it, but it looks so good. What they do on this budget, the locations are fantastic, and they just get the best out of it all. I think that's one of the great things about the X-Files. It's a great piece of television, and the way they film it is just fantastic. They give it a really good look. I think that's why, in a way, it got transferred into, of course, 2 feature films, and particularly the first feature film. It was able to capture the best bits of the X-Files, which are cinematic, and put them onto the big screen. And it did that beautifully. And obviously they had more budget to work with than on, a particular episode. So that is great that they were able to do that. And the transition was a good transition. And that recognises why the quality of all these episodes, I think, definitely. This is wonderful TV. That's why I think this series, all of the X-Files, is considered so highly now when we look back retrospectively on television of the 90s. The X-Files just dominates. It's there, and it's got into popular culture as well, as I've talked about before, the significance of it. But anyhow, I've gone off. This is highly recommended. You would just love it. If you love the X-Files, this episode just completes a good 2-parter. This is a really good 2-parter. Yeah, that's it. I think I've gone on a bit. As I always do, before I go, there it is. Brilliant. The 3rd season box set. Little box set within the big box set. Fantastic. Yeah, can't beat it. So, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and we'll let you know when I put out these videos. If you look in the playlist, you can see all the previous episodes that I've reviewed of the X-Files. If you also look in the playlist, you see that I do loads of films and TV series and also a bit of music. So have a look in the playlist. You might find something you might enjoy. And if you like this video, please give it a like. It gets it onto YouTube, so hopefully other people might enjoy it. And if you've got any comments, please put your comments down. I love to read your comments, and I'll always reply to them. So that's it. So all I've got to say is, I'll see thee again.